Hi guys, I am Jennifer with Our Peaceful Planet. Thank you all of our Hometalk Live viewers for joining us again today for our Crafternoon. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do some really neat things with mason jars. Some of them you may have seen similar ones done, so I'm going to show you maybe a few tricks you don't quite know about. We're going to make some colored mason jar lights that you can use for decor all throughout your home and throughout the summer. Don't forget to comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. We always love to hear where you guys are at. And also, our giveaway again, you get a free tote bag at the end, or you're entered to win one, if you just let us know some of the ideas that you use these mason jars for. So share those as we go along. I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I want to start by actually coloring my mason jar. And some of you guys have probably seen these with the silhouettes inside, and they do the fairy, and there's a lot of glitter, and I've seen that done, and I've tried painting the inside as well with Mod Podge, and I've never quite gotten that look that I wanted. I wanted it really clean. So I'm going to show you first off how to do that. So with your mason jar, I use these small clear plastic cups. You need 2 for each jar, and we're going to set one aside. I'll show you that later. And I'm going to pour in maybe a 1/4 cup, not even quite that much, of the Mod Podge. Ooh.
Jen, you want to tell everybody what you're making again for people that have tuned in a little bit later?
Oh yeah, sorry guys. Welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be showing you a really neat mason jar light up craft. It's kind of a silhouette jar. Some of you might be familiar with these, like I was saying before, in fairy form. My decor is a little bit different than that, so I wanted to give you guys some more options. It's kind of a 3-for-1. I'm going to show you a neat way to color these that turns out phenomenal. I'm going to show you how to make the silhouettes, and then I'm going to show you an amazing easy paper flower that you guys may not be aware of for decorative purposes at the end. So stay tuned because we've got 3 steps. So I started by just pouring some Mod Podge into a little plastic cup, and I just used food coloring. I'm going to go pink with this one, why not? And I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple drops there. Now the amount of food coloring depends on how vibrant you want the color. And I will show you a couple examples of how that affects things. I'm going to go ahead and stir that in. Now you can see it looks almost red. It's really deep. But when this is actually dry, it's going to give it almost an electric kind of hot pink color. Turns out really amazing. So once you have whatever color it is stirred in, I'm going to set that aside, and then we're going to take this and we're just going to pour it into our mason jar. I'm going to try and get out as much as possible there. And then the fun part for me anyways, I love doing this, is we're just going to slowly tip it, and as we do that we're going to rotate it to make sure that that is coating the entire outside of the jar. And as you get closer to this end, it's a little slower because we didn't overdo it. I didn't want to have a whole lot of excess. So I don't know if you guys can see in there as we're going. And we're just going to keep rotating and moving it up to these threads here till the entire thing is coated. Now this color again that you're seeing here is nothing even close to what the final color will be. So know that when you pick your food coloring colors, that this one actually was listed as hot pink. I have a pastel pink. They actually do come out closer to the colors that are listed on the label, but right now with it being wet we're not quite seeing that. Now once I get the entire thing coated, I'm going to let that dry, and that's what this other cup is for. I like these small clear cups because they fit easily in there, but I can see what's going on underneath. So once that's done, you simply turn it upside down and let it rest in that cup. I usually make up several at a time. It depends on where I'm putting them, what I'm using them for. And this I would let set overnight just to make sure that it's really dried out and drained everything out of there. Then once that's done, you'll be able to pull it out, and I'll show you the next step is the one that actually makes it crystallize, I guess so to speak. It makes it almost transparent. So once this is set overnight, you guys will take these still face down, put them on a cookie sheet, and stick them in the oven. It's 200 degrees for about an hour and a half, depending on your oven, maybe 2 hours. Because in the morning, it's still gonna look like this, it's just gonna be dry. But once, let me set this one aside over here for just a minute. Oh shoot, where's my other jar? Where is my other jar? Well, we'll use this one. I did this one in purple. I seem to have misplaced something. So you can see how it makes it see-through. And you can do these in any color, light, dark blue. I have a bunch made up in blue, pink, purple, and green that I'm going to show you guys at the end once we put them together. But if you water down as well your paint, or not your paint, your food colored Mod Podge, if you add just a teeny bit of water into there, it'll make it even lighter after it's done baking. And you'll notice all the fog will start to fade away, and you have these beautiful, colorful jars that you can use for anything. You can use them all over the place. Don't put food and water in them. They're not safe to drink out of because there is that dried glue in there. But decoratively, you can do so many neat things with them. So,
what do you mix the food coloring with? That's Mod Podge, right?
Mod Podge is what I use, yep. And I only use, for one mason jar, I will use about a 1/4 cup is about all. And I seem to have actually, for the first time in my life, I left something off screen. I will be right back with you guys. I am so sorry. I thought I could get by without it, and I was wrong. I left them over in my stash. These are a couple others that I did, and these ones I actually did water down a little bit, so you can see how they just become almost like tinted glass, and they're absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to use one of these to go ahead and make it. I'm just going to leave the pink one up here. We'll start with that one. I'm going to show you how to make the silhouettes that you can light up with the tinted jars. Now I have, like I said, I'm with Our Peaceful Planet. On our website, we do have these available free for download. These are just some designs that we put together. I really like the bohemian look. I printed this one all in black, but the download online is available in an outline for you, as well as these dark silhouettes that are more of a woodland theme. And I'm going to show you, if you do go on and download one of our stencils or use one of your own, you know, actually comment. Let us know what you guys would put in there. I love the feathers and the arrows and everything like that. But if you guys have other ideas, please share them with the community. I'm sure everyone would like to know. And so I'm going to grab my scissors back here. I'm looking for them up front. And how I use these stencils, I'm going to start with a more basic one actually for this. How I use these stencils is I'm going to go ahead and cut one of these out. And I'm just going to cut out one of the little feathers that I have here. I'm going to set the rest of that aside. Now you could just cut this out and use it as your stencil. What I've run into is when I put Mod Podge on here to glue my silhouette in there, sometimes this ink will run, or sometimes I don't get all the white off the edges, and it can become a little frustrating. So I actually just use construction paper, and I'll take this and just tape it down. And then you can use scissors if you have a little pair of scissors that can do detail work. I like to use my X-Acto knife, and I'm on a cutting board here, just so you guys know. And then I will go in, and you don't have to be exact. You don't have to be perfect. I'm going to go in and start outlining these and just cutting out that shape.
Some good ideas. People are saying Snoopy or their children's names that they could put in there.
Oh, that is darling. These would be such cute children's nightlights too. Once you see them done, you'll see that, but that's a brilliant idea. And it's something easy, you know, your kids can make these with you. Now, instead of having you guys watch me cut out this entire thing, that's a little tedious. I am going to show you, though, the reason why I do this, because once I remove that, and I'm just going to cut that away so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. When my stencil is left, it is just a clean, I've just got clean black edges. I can pop right in there. I don't have to worry about ink smearing. I don't have to worry about little white edges of the paper showing through. I actually have one that we already cut out, and I went with the woodland one. So this is, again, available on our website for download, but it's just a little deer and a couple of trees. And then I'm going to show you how we insert that into here. So we've already got our jar colored. We don't need to worry a lot about that. I'm going to pour a little bit more Mod Podge, and I'm going to use that as my adhesive. Now you can also use spray glue here, which actually is a little easier and cleaner, to just spray the front of it with that and then insert it in. Because I didn't want to spray aerosol inside of the home, I decided to go ahead and do the Mod Podge. And because this is a wider stencil, I'm going to curl this just a little bit, so I make sure when I set it down in there that I'm getting the look that I want, that that's about the right size. I can decide where it is that I want to have it. I know that everything lines up. And so now that I have that, I'm going to grab a little paintbrush over here. Let's see, let's do this guy. And I don't cover the entire thing, because all I need are the, excuse me, all I need are the edges to stick into here. You'll notice if you put Mod Podge all over the entire thing, you're going to get some pieces that curl a little bit, and you're also going to get some white pieces that, white Mod Podge on the front of this that's not going to dry entirely, and it'll kind of smear your image a little bit. So I'm going to get this up here. I'll put my scissors back. And I just use a very tiny brush. I'm going to go in and just put a little bit to kind of hold the main pieces into place. And again, notice especially when I'm away from the edge, these little white dots there, those will show even once they dry. And so I just try and kind of smooth them out as best I can, but still leave enough of a thin layer there. This stuff dries very quickly.
Charlotte Barker is asking where she can get this print.
This print is actually a free download along with several other designs on ourpeacefulplanet.com. So if you go there, we have millions of free downloads. You actually get free downloads with all our newsletters as well, but this one in particular is on there. We designed these ourselves so that you guys have something a little bit different to work with. Now notice I just went in, and on those few spots that I had the adhesive, I'm pressing that up on there to hold it. And I'm going to use the end of my paintbrush just to kind of get that bottom piece right where I want it. There we go. Now another reason I like not covering the entire thing is because you do have some areas that will actually be a little bit further away from the glass than others, which once you light it up is absolutely precious. It gives it more depth and more of that kind of whimsical feeling to it. So once we have our stencil in there, let me go ahead and set this aside. We have obviously our lid. I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And this is, I mean, this is adorable just the way it is. You can drop a little tea light in here, and that's going to light that up. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. But I like to decorate the lids a little bit, and that's another one of the things I wanted to show you guys today, because there are different ways to do it. Most of mine, like I said, kind of have a little bit of a bohemian feel. I went ahead and picked up some twine. I have some striped twine, which is my favorite. We've got just the regular twine as well. And you can do anything with these, you guys, that fits your decor. But to show you a couple ideas, I'm going to get my scissors back again. I'm going to go ahead and clip off a piece of this. It's about a foot long, probably a little more than what I need, but it allows me to tie some knots. So once I have this facing forward, I like to go around the top, and I don't tie it all the way up. I like it to have kind of a little bit of a hang down here. So once I know that that's about where I'm at, I'm going to knot that again, and I will show you why.
Teresa Brooks is asking if you could put the stencil on the outside.
You can, absolutely. In fact, I have done these for baby shower gifts where I went down and actually found stickers, just plain black stencil stickers, and stuck them on the outside. And it's just as cute. I like doing these on the inside for me personally because I like to tinker with different designs. So I'll put one on the front and the inside, and then I have another stencil of a fox, which is also on our site, and I'll put that one across the back. So then when it's lit up, it gives a two-dimensional or a three-dimensional look to it because it looks like there's one behind the other. But again, guys, there's no right way to do this. This is crafting. We have fun with this. We do what we want. So once I have this tied on here, you can decorate with whatever you like. I've got some feathers, which I'll show you on some of the other ones. Because this one's kind of pink and a little lighter, I'm going to go ahead and take just a couple. I cut these off of some old floral stems that I had lying around. I'm going to take those and I'm going to tie them right in here. Now, that can be a little tricky sometimes. No. I cheat. I put a little bit of hot glue on there. If I can get it to go. Oh, maybe. There we go. There we go. Now it's working. Hey guys, I am so sorry. We are experiencing technical difficulties, and so our time has been cut a little bit short because there are so many other amazing things that Hometalk has for you guys. So as opposed to doing the paper flowers, you can find those on Our Peaceful Planet, but I did want to show you some of the other jars that we have done around the home that are in a little bit more of that bohemian style. This one just has the feathers all the way around. We've got some arrows. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless with these. Also, on one of the green ones, we did go ahead and do the woodland one with the paper flowers on top. So if you do decide you want to learn how to make those, check out the link on Hometalk. Check out ourpeacefulplanet.com. And I'm so sorry I didn't get to demo them for you, but we will be back every week for the next 4 weeks. So please tune back in, help support Hometalk Live, share your ideas with the community, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day, everybody.